What's up? Welcome to Tales Tomorrow. I am Morrow, your storyteller for today, and with me I have some more RPG horror stories. You know what's a fun thing I noticed while I'm editing these videos? I'm not stumbling on my words as much as I used to 6 months ago, 8 months ago, almost a year ago. The only thing I'm doing now is just coughing a lot because it's just so dry. It's so hot and dry, and I constantly need to just chug gallons of water every single time. When I'm both recording these videos and not recording these videos, it's crazy, dude. It is so dry right now. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna get some water right now before we get to the first RPG horror story for today. I'm gonna go get the water. Anime TTRPG Discord server gave me terrible vibes. I've been looking for Discord running a system built to the anime Jujutsu Kaisen for a little over a year now, and this occurred only one of these servers. The server rules were fairly standard in terms of banning things like ERP, bigotry, etc. So when they started a giveaway for being Sukuna's vessel, I have no idea what that is, I joined prior to even finishing my OC. I won this giveaway, and then I was immediately added in general by the player who's playing Sukuna, saying, "If you play a woman, I will hot dog you down and explore your body when I get control." Huh? That is a terrible thing to have as your first message to someone, but I could put it in the category of overzealous roleplay, even though that isn't how the show works. If the guy apologized or at least said they were kidding, but they didn't take back in the next two messages responses they had with me. I told them to tell the mods to re-roll, cause this isn't my vibe, and before I permanently left the server, I saw the mod joking about it. Why? Is this something from the anime that I should know about the vessel? Is that something anime related? Is this something from Jujutsu Kaisen? What is this giveaway? What did I just read? I'm experiencing utter brain rot. I'm gonna get to the next story before I start processing this. Edgelord tried to play the Joker in military RP server on Discord, gets denied and throws a fit. Hi, now I know this isn't really much of a horror story compared to other stories, however I found it funny and hope you guys will like it too. This happened fairly recently, like maybe a couple hours ago at the time of writing this. Now run a text-based Discord military RP server. Yes, I know it's not actually D&D, but it's close enough since we use a lot of D&D mechanics. It's mostly set in the modern era, 2028 to be exact. It features 3 factions that aren't important to the story. What is important to know is how our character submissions are set up. It's constantly open to new people and fairly simple. We have 2 dedicated channels, one for templates and one for submissions. Our sheet template is so simple and easy and doesn't really require dice rolls or stats. Now this new guy came in, let's call him Edgelord. Edgelord didn't say much when he joined, but his whole profile was just so edgy. I don't know how to properly describe it. A few minutes after he joined, he sent his character sheet and goddamn is the Joker. The entire sheet was so pathetic it actually made me furious. One of my mods pinged me to show me the sheet and just ugh. I feel for context we need to look at the sheet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right here. Name, Jack Oswald White, age 25, race human, birth date unknown, gender male, occupation unknown, affiliation only known to work with criminals, but mostly kills them. Ooh, that edge is coming up. Rank, works alone or uses goons. Sexuality, straight. Appearance, Heath Ledger Joker. Just that. Heath Ledger Joker. My character is like this other character. It's the same thing when people make those Sonic OCs. It's like Sonic, but purple. Combat briefing. Martial arts, common street fighting, weaponry, knives, Desert Eagle, and tons of explosives, of course. Clothing and accessories. Heath Ledger Joker outfit. Equipment. A deck of custom Joker cards. Miscellaneous info. Personality. Twisted, chaotic, anarchic, and dangerous. Backstory. Not much is known. Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty edgy, I definitely could say. Apparently there's more to this, and there's like a whole meltdown. I guess we could just keep reading. This isn't necessarily D&D or TTRPGs, but I guess they use D&D mechanics, so I'm just gonna see where this goes. So I told him off. Maybe a little ruder than what I should have, but that doesn't matter. I went through the whole sheet and pointed out all the mistakes and told him to redo it, and never try that again, and then turned off my phone and went to work. Later, after I turned my phone back on before clocking out, I went to Discord and Edgelord had an entire fit. I laughed. I laughed hard. I laughed so long my coworkers thought I was freaking insane. Sheesh, look, I was trying to revive Heath Ledger Joker, and most of the Joker is unknown, so chill with birth date. And yes, like a Joker in poker, he's a wild card. Plus, Heath Ledger is the best live-action Joker. Ain't choosing letter, and he likes a good disguise. And his cards and knives are his calling cards. And Joker in Dark Knight was considered an anarchist, So my bad I didn't know you're big on Batman. His backstory is what pretty much drives him. Unknown knowledge gives him an advantage. And I have you know I don't give a care what you call me. You're gonna be a punk to me? Hell nah, I'd rather find someone who gives respect. I gotta be honest, for a fit, didn't seem like to be a massive fit. The guy just seems like he's just a really big fan of Heath Ledger. He could just be like, hey, how about you just make a OC? Maybe he can be Ledge Heather or something like that. I don't know. I feel like just somebody that just really likes the Joker and just wants to roleplay as the Joker in a roleplay server and stuff. Maybe a wrong place to look in, but Edgelord then properly left the server and calling me some names and crying in my DMs. I think I dodged a mega bullet by putting my foot down and not allowing him to play the Joker. Who knows how bad he would have ruined the RP for everyone. He's blocked now and will definitely be more careful from now on. Thanks for reading. Well, I guess problem avoided. I don't know what the moral of the story is. I really have no idea. I really have no idea. This has nothing to do with TTRPGs. I'm not fully sure what was posted on RPGHorrorStories, but it seems like other people in the comments enjoyed it, so it is what it is. If you got some sort of entertainment out of it, then I'm happy for you. I might just get to the next story for today. Listen, like, some stories are gonna obviously vibe with me, for sure. But this one just kinda didn't hit. Basically that. Anyway, let's get to the next story for today. Friend completely ruined Session 0 for every player in terrible ways. To kick this off, let me preface this by saying, the now ex-friend, or I'm gonna call JC, I'm just calling him Jesus Christ, was a very bedroom-driven person, if you catch my drift. Also keep in mind, this is Session 0 for my husband, call him Alex, our close friend Ryan, and I. Jesus had been playing before for some of their other friends, although this was their first time being a DM, and Ryan had played several times before, but this was his first time playing with us. We sat down at the table, got everything ready, all of us super excited to play our characters, and the first thing out of Jesus' mouth is, okay, who's in a relationship with who? In the back of my head, I'm already predicting how this is gonna go, but I tell them, it's obvious Alex and I are together, I mean we are married in reality, and immediately Jesus huffs and says, well that's not gonna work, Session 0 is supposed to be about how everyone meets everyone else. As DM, I'm gonna say you two have to meet at a tavern. We all grown, this isn't gonna go well. If a couple or couple of besties want to create characters together, then they can totally make characters together, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to meet in the tavern. Actually, in fact, I kind of support players already figure out the dynamic as if they met prior to this and they arrived to the tavern for the very first day. It just gets the awkwardness out of the way if you already know the dynamic and characters already know each other for a while. Maybe they travel for several weeks together. They got to know each other on like a brief basis and stuff. They know each other's names, likes, dislikes, kind of like how to poke fun at each other, stuff like that. They already established a dynamic. You don't have to start a brand new clean slate dynamic, and yeah, allow couples to make characters that are going to be together. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, if I want to make a tabaxi named Morrow and my partner wants to make a Leonin or tabaxi or whatever they want to make and want to have our characters be a couple, we could totally do that. We are valid and allowed to do that. Things start off by Alex's character walking into the tavern and hitting on my character, who is apparently drunker than a skunk according to Jesus. The next 20 minutes was when Jesus described in detail, like down to how endowed Alex's character was, how Alex and I's character stumbled up to a tavern's room and break the bed and all the furniture while doing things. I finally stopped Jesus and tell him, this isn't how my character is. She's shy and reserved and gentle despite being a big beast. She's not someone you'll find on the corner offering services. And Alex pops off and says, yeah, I'm not comfortable with you trying to describe every little detail about our escapades and bedroom activities. Jesus was furious. Well, fine. I was just trying to explain how you two met and fell in love. What do you suggest then? Do you skip this and move on to the next day? Alex, Ryan, and I look at each other before saying in unison, yes, please. This guy really doesn't know what love is. You don't just find each other in a tavern and just go boing, 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 and then you're in love already. Love is something that kind of happens gradually over time and blossoms into a beautiful thing. Is it naive of me to think of love like that? To think of it as something precious? Well, really, you know what? I don't even care if it's naive. I like to think of love like that. This is how I, Morrow, see love. And I'm gonna support it no matter what. I like to think love as a wholesome. Jesus huffs and walks away from the table to get a beer. And the three of us give each other that look of, are we sure we're gonna continue? Before Ryan responded out loud, why not? Surely can't get any worse, right? Jesus returns and we move on to the next day. Alex and I's characters decide to go to the market so we could stock up on supplies before leaving on adventure. This is where Ryan's character is met. It was apparent that Jesus didn't bother to read character sheets or backgrounds because he introduced Ryan's character as you two are browsing the fresh foods, you then overhear a commotion between two people. Look up to see Ryan's character starting a physical fight with his brothers. Immediately Ryan stops Jesus. Stop right there, my character doesn't have any brothers, let alone any family willing to talk to him. Do you even read my character sheet? Jesus huffs again. Yeah, obviously, but how else am I going to introduce your character? Maybe by bumping into Raven's character or Alex's character? Ryan responds. Jesus glares at Ryan before saying, fine. Ryan, your character accidentally bumps into Raven's character, knocking the basket out of their hand. Finally, some normality. The story goes on with our three characters agreeing to travel together. However, Jesus, now clearly irritated and directing their anger towards Ryan, keeps trying to get Ryan out of the picture. This JC or Jesus Christ guy literally makes me want to say out loud, Jesus Christ, how more incompetent of a DM can you be? This Jesus guy really should just read the backstory. It's really not that difficult to just skim through the backstory and be like, that's how I can introduce him. Or hey, how about you ask the player before session, hey Ryan, how would you like your character to be introduced? I'm down for whatever. You know what I did when my friend joined the campaign and I wanted to ask him like, how would you want your character to be introduced? Clearly they're a recluse into the woods, they wouldn't be out and about town. How would you like to get into this campaign and how would you like to be introduced? And the player told me, we worked out some kinks, and there we go. A meeting in the forest because they're tracking down the same target. Cool, awesome, very smooth, very easy. See, Jesus, all you gotta do is just ask the players. It's easy as that. Ryan's character, you decide you need one last thing from the market and dash off in the direction of it. Jesus looks at us, waiting for a response. I sigh. Hey, Alex's character, let's wait up for Ryan's character until he gets back. And I tell Jesus we are stopping at the job board to wait for Ryan's character. Also, can I just say, why is Jesus just dictating what characters need to do? That is taking away all player agency entirely. Maybe you can give him like a reminder saying, hey, Ryan's character, suddenly you realize you didn't buy your rope at the market. Even players hints about stuff and trying to nudge him in direction smoothly is one thing, but this guy straight up is be like, your character remembers he done something and you run away. Let the character decide, let the player decide what the character wants to do. Don't hijack control from them. Eyes literally twitch as they reluctantly agree. However, the agreement didn't last long, as Ryan is in the middle of explaining that he's on his way back to the group. Jesus interrupts him. Okay, anyway, Raven's character, Alex's character, you do decide to move on and leave Ryan's character in the town, and he'll always slow you down. Jesus shoots Ryan a devilish grin from across the table. I finally snap. Actually, I'm gonna roll an inspection check to look at these jobs on the board. Maybe there's something for the three of us to do. Grab my d20 dice. I roll it and hilariously land on 19. Start flipping through the jobs and discover a rather large newspaper article about someone needing help locating a murderer. Takes me forever to read, long enough for Ryan's character to catch up and offer me a drink of water and thanks for waiting on him. Oh my god, why didn't you DM? You're doing so much, you literally in this joking motion did so much better than Jesus has done so far. You should really be the DM, not Jesus. I look up at Ryan to see the relief and thankfulness in his eyes. Jesus furiously scoots the chair back and stands up. Fine, whatever. If you want to be in charge of everything, why don't you be the DM? This session is over. Completed. That's how you guys meet. And then storms off to the kitchen. The three of us looked at each other with shrugs before cleaning up the table, and afterwards we all agree in private discussion that we're just gonna clear our sheets, reset any XP, and pretend this didn't happen. We're so discouraged from playing. Heck, Alex and I still haven't picked it back up because we're so cautious of people, plus life got in the way. Out of all of that session, we're honestly disgusted by how in detail Jesus Christ wanted to get with Alex and I's characters. Like it bothered me enough to want to change the way my character dresses altogether. And that's something I thought would happen with my character. Jesus clearly in this situation is just not a great guy whatsoever. He wants to rush everything, he wants to just control everything and take away player agency and stuff. He sucks as a DM, he sucks as a player, you really should never have him at the table ever again. I recommend one of y'all pick up DMing. If one of y'all wants to DM or like swap DMs and stuff, maybe you and Alex can take turns DMing for campaigns and stuff. I think that'll probably be a way better idea, way better time than dealing with Jesus. No D&D is better than bad D&D, and your time is much better spent looking for other games and other players in order to have a proper game of D&D and just enjoy yourself, or just literally do anything else in the world. Anyway, JC really sucks here, completely impatient, completely irresponsible, and just why? And with that, that's gonna be all our stories for today. I want to thank you very much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. Also, if the RPG Horror Stories ever goes down, or if you want to submit your own personalized horror story, email is down in the description below. I'll see you again in more Tales Tomorrow. Bye-bye.